past things that they have done, things that are in the past that they may have done differently, or so they feel. They are failing to take accountability for the fact that you are speaking about something that is happening in the present, not the past. Number 3, they deflect.
See, with that one, I kind of I could give a little pushback on that one because credit does matter. You know, if someone stays out late in a relationship, you know what I mean, a little past, you know, like if I fall asleep here, if I fall asleep here, crazy, like after the podcast, you know what I mean, and I don't come home till maybe 7 a.m, and I don't know, because you got to own it. Like, yo, okay, this does look crazy. So you do have to own it, but you do got to call into the past, like I don't do this. You know what I mean? Like, this is a one-off. You know what I mean? So your credit kind of does matter. You know, it does look like sometimes things aren't what it looks like.
Yeah.
And you got to call in your past, like, yo, listen, this is not my track record. I don't move like this. Like, when have you seen it? But I think before you do that, you got to be like, yo, my bad. I know it look crazy. You know, you can't get mad that they're upset. You got to understand where they're coming from and own it where they're coming from. And then you could kind of plead your case after, you know.
How does that look on the other side, though, with a woman? Because
same thing. Like, yo, like, if she's out having some drinks, you know what I mean? And she's supposed to be home at a certain time. She said she was going to be home at a certain time. Not that I'm policing anybody, you know, and not picking up their phone or whatever. You gotta, you know, when the explanation comes, if it's a logical explanation and it's not, yo, you be out all the time and you know what I mean? Like, if it's not just deflecting and throwing it back on you, then yeah. But, you know, people, I don't feel like people really have the emotional intelligence to kind of just, or the not the emotional intelligence, the empathy to kind of feel what the other person is feeling, feel that for the person, and then assess it. Because I feel like it just having a little empathy in situations makes interactions a lot easier. If you could feel what that other person is feeling, you can internalize it and be like, okay, I would feel like that if I was you, but this is why this is not what it seems like. Or you just wilding, you just a wild boy, you just out there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
How about yourself? What you thinking?
I agree with what you said, man. Agree with what you said. I don't really got nothing to add to that.
All right, cool. Number 3, tree.
Otherwise, they make an excuse. That may look like, oh, I'm sorry, I was in a bad mood, or my bad, I wasn't thinking. Again, not taking accountability for their actions. People who don't take accountability love playing the victim. They have a victim mentality. No matter how you try to explain it to them, they're the victim. It's always somebody else's fault, never theirs. Never. How dare you say it was their fault? Keep your contact with these type of people very, very minimal. I've said this before and I'll say it again.
Okay.
Victim mentality.
You agree? Disagree?
Yeah, people definitely have a victim mentality. There are people who, and I feel like that is the nutshell of people who don't take accountability in relationships, man or women. People who cannot see what they did wrong. I feel like that is the perfect thing. And everything that is wrong, everything that was done wrong is because of someone else. Like everything. I lost my job because my boss doesn't like me.
Yeah.
You know, that's the groundwork for it. That lady at the job be hating, and she told the boss that I be punching in late. But you punching late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Like, that is the groundwork for anybody who lacks accountability right there. That victim mentality, that woe is me, that everything is everybody else's fault.
How do we correct it?
By calling it out. No matter how uncomfortable it is. And it's uncomfortable because you're dealing with a delusional person. So for a rational person to deal with a delusional person, is A, uncomfortable, B, it's upsetting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then C, like I said, like how I started it, you lose respect for this person because you're like, are they doing this on purpose, or they just really like? It feels like they're trying to get over on you, and it makes you like feel a certain way. I don't know. What you think?
Definitely a victim's mentality, but I'm not trying to. I don't know. I know some men that don't take accountability for
Absolutely.
a lot of the shit that they do.
Yeah.
They they do justify their faults and their flaws. The reason why I did this was because of this, or the reason why this happened is because of this. It's but like when it comes down to like women, I think a lot of society is built a certain way for them to have excuses to get out of certain things.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And I don't want to just pour on them, but when it comes to relationships, I think, more or less you might have, if I had to put a percentage on, and it was like, yo, who's not being accountable, it'd probably be like a 80-20 or 85-15 type of balance as far as accountability.
Absolutely. In the double standards lottery, I feel like the women won in that category, in the accountability category. Like they get to be young and dumb. They get to a man doesn't get to be young and dumb.
No, they don't, because when everybody's supposed to get, as far as the protection is supposed to be for women and children, like supposedly men that built the world was to protect women and children, to make sure they're safe or whatever.
As it
and
should be.
The rules, the laws and everything like that. Now a lot of the laws and everything are being created in order to definitely further protect women. You know what I mean? We spoke a couple of weeks back or a week or so back about a lot of these lawsuits that are coming out, and some people, they are saying, well, you guys were in these scenarios, but you guys don't have any accountability as far as your side or what you did in the situation, or being there, or being with a specific person for a specific reason, and like you have to be accountable for your part of it. But realistically,
that's called victim shaming.
Well,
that's called victim shaming. If someone,
based on what we were just watching,
yeah.
Like a part of the description or the characteristics are a victim's mentality.
Someone has their head down in the phone and walks into the street and gets hit by a car. Yeah, the motorist is at fault. But I hope while they're sitting in the hospital with their legs broken, they're like thinking about, maybe I should have been paying some more attention. That's the work you hope people would be doing. But
yeah.
Who am I? Because if you victim shame, it's a touchy subject because you can't even touch it because it's victim shaming. But I hope after this, after everything, after the people who are wrong in this situation, because that's the low hanging fruit. People are wrong in this situation.
Yeah, for
there
sure.
Are people who harm other people. But I hope that the people who were harmed internalized why they were in that situation, and I hope they help younger people not to be in those situations in the future. I hope they pay it forward.
Yeah, I hope so. But in the
Cigars
society
and
that
whiskey got to be PC.
Yeah,
man.
I
ain't touching it. I'm done with it.